Our previous name was Love Kush.
What is it about Wiz Khalifa that people don't know?
Well, he's the most like family-oriented man in the industry that we've met. That was 2019, end of 2019. So it was about a year and a half since we already have like met him and been with him in the studio at least 100 times by that point. And then our mom and dad kept hearing about him right before we performed on stage. Personally,
brought a throne
for our mom to sit on backstage.
Have you all both fallen for the same girl ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, like.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say fallen for, but you know, the initial.
Like with Snake, we have at least like 6-7 songs with Snake.
What do you see?
We had the official like remake of Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
One of my most favorite unreleased songs would be the one with Megan Thee Stallion.
It's like that was with Team 88.
Okay, welcome to the socials of 94.3 Radio One. With me, I have two fine artists, twin brothers, Love and Kush, and they go by the name of the Moonlight. They're making some wonderful music, and I'm so excited to be having you all in our studios and having this conversation with you all. Firstly, welcome to India, and so happy to be talking to you all.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited to be here. It's our first radio interview in a while, so we can definitely cover a lot of topics.
Yeah, done a few back in the States, but been back in India. Last time it was 2022.
Okay.
To perform at the Rolling Stone Geo platform launch event.
Right. How are you all finding it in India?
I love it here.
I love it,
Our dad's from Mumbai.
Okay.
We actually were here for two families' weddings.
Okay.
So Delhi, then we went to Chennai. Oh, Chennai just now, Udaipur, Jaipur.
Oh.
And then now Mumbai.
That's the best way to enjoy the Indian culture.
Yeah.
But I would, for a lot of people like who don't know, how did the name The Moonlight come to be?
Yeah, so
actually, I mean, our previous name was Love Kush.
Okay.
For a couple of years.
Right.
It was just an LK logo on SoundCloud.
Okay.
We kept a full like mysterious brand.
Yeah.
So anyone who found our music, they didn't know what we looked like. They didn't know we were twins.
Right.
But then we actually got like a cease and desist letter from some like company that makes merchandise from San Diego.
Okay.
And they had the trademark from 2011.
Okay.
So then this is 2017 time frame we're talking about.
Right.
When we got that letter and they said you need to change your name within a week.
Okay.
Or filing like a lawsuit.
Oh, damn.
So we had to hire the best music lawyer, who actually is the Weeknd's and EXO's music lawyer, which we found out after.
Right.
But he was amazing, Peter. Really helped us, and then actually our dad was the one on the final day of the decision.
We actually came up with hundreds of terrible names.
Horrible names.
Just like, and we weren't
Stupid
loving
names.
any of them.
Yeah.
And then our dad was like,
Our dad's like, how about just do like Chandani or Chandani?
Yeah, a derivation of that.
Like, no one's gonna get that in the US, but then I was like, let's translate that. And it was literally The Moonlight. And then Peter helped us make the X's, and like we wanted a mysterious vibe. So he helped us formulate that how it looks now.
Okay, so what I really found interesting about the both of y'all is that y'all have done so much, and the both of y'all are 29, and y'all have played basketball professionally. Y'all have a wonderful empire of a real estate business that y'all are running, of course, a family business that y'all are taking forward, and now making your name in music, killing it. How do y'all manage to do all of these things together at the same time?
It's honestly pretty tough. I think the saving thing is that we're twins.
Yeah.
And
it's sort of, it's two minds working towards one goal.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's how we've been
and we're lucky we love the same things.
Right.
Imagine if we did separate things.
Yeah.
And we did equally as many things, but separately, it would be horrible.
Absolutely.
But the fact that we do it all together, and we have the same goals, and also our parents are very supportive.
I think it was about the upbringing of, in elementary school, actually throughout when we were very young, we would only start our homework at 10 p.m. Even when we were 10 years old.
Yeah, our lives were like this since we were like 10 years old. So we're starting 10 years old, our day would start at 8 a.m. for school, end at 3 p.m., then straight to taekwondo, basketball, swimming, tutoring, then shadowing some real estate showings with our parents, hosting open house for them since age 12.
Wow.
So it's been back to back the whole time.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Which actually brings me to the next question that I have for y'all is that, the fact that y'all have a lot of synergy on a lot of things and, that's what makes all of this possible. What is it that, separates the both of you? What is it that separates Love and Kush from each other? And what is it that y'all really bond on?
I mean, we're obviously working together to achieve the one goal. But we have our key differences and no one can see that if they don't know us.
Right.
But if someone gets to know us for a few months, like very closely, they can see that I'm more logical, discerning, sort of responsible in the entertainment side of things.
Yeah. Right. And I guess I would be more free flowing, a little more carefree.
Correct.
Also because he's now older, so he takes that role a little more seriously.
Yeah.
So I kind of just rely on him to be a little more responsible.
No, but also real estate wise, like if there's an emergency, suppose like a client, we're at a party or something, a client calls and says they want to do something like sales wise, make an offer or talk about the house, and so one of us is supposed to convince them to buy the house.
Yeah.
That's me. I'll step out of the bar. I'll call them. I'll handle it. If someone's like, I need to write the offer physically, send me the paperwork, and coordinate with the staff, he will do that.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that's the difference in our thinking as well. I'm more like front-facing creative. He's more like get down to it paperwork.
Oh, damn.
That's obviously on the business side. The music side, it kind of works similarly.
It's similar. Like he's really good at lyrics.
Okay.
I'm really good at melodies.
Oh.
We're pretty good at both.
Yeah.
But if anyone can do like slightly better lyrics,
That's your stronger suit. Probably. Oh, that's crazy. You know, what I really found fascinating when I, read about y'all and I was researching is that, like I mentioned, y'all have of course done so many things. I've worked as an athlete as well, having that athletic discipline and, having the business sense. How do you channelize that by the means of your music? How do you both do that?
Well,
I mean, I would say one part of it's teamwork, but that's kind of inbuilt in us. But that kind of, that quality was strengthened by playing so much basketball. And
I mean, everything we did, the only sport we played different was volleyball and track. So we played like probably all the sports there are except hockey and lacrosse.
Oh, okay.
But we pretty much, our parents threw us into every sport.
Right.
And then in high school, we were the only 4-sport athletes in the entire school.
Right.
So like basketball, football, volleyball, track. But the volleyball track season clashed.
Right.
But like just playing all these sports together, and like on the basketball court, we were weaving in and out of each other, and I would pass him the ball from across the court. He would make a three.
Most of the time, at the end of the game, you do the high five lines.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people would think it was always
one person.
playing.
Because he's lefty and I'm righty.
Okay.
In shooting.
That's a differentiating factor.
And they would be like, so you're shooting with your left hand and your right hand.
Right.
And then only in the end of the game, they would realize that we're twins.
Yeah.
And they would be mind blown because the whole game, they just wouldn't realize.
But that's how it translates into like anything we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, let's just talk about this really fascinating aspect of your career is that you all were discovered by Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
And, I would just want to ask, we were talking about this off the record as well. What is it about Wiz Khalifa that people don't know?
Well, he's the most like family-oriented man in the industry that we've met.
Right.
We've met like hundreds of artists. He's also like an OG. He's been in the game for a long time.
And he's seen, ups and downs of the music industry. He's been a part of it.
Yeah, and he also like kind of runs the show himself. He has his manager and his team.
Yeah.
But like he calls all the shots. No one really tells him what to do.
Right.
He just does what he wants.
Right.
And everyone just like supports him.
Yeah.
But every move he makes is like a smart move. Even though he's always like super relaxed.
Yeah.
It's always like anything he says is smart.
Yeah.
He's very business minded. He's an entrepreneur himself. He has like 5 or 6 businesses.
Yeah.
He has his own app. He has his like, on a brand that he makes a lot from and pretty exclusive, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think just in general to be a top artist,
the merchandise
to be a top artist in the modern world, you have to have multiple streams of
but also
income.
it's very easy to fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
After like maybe one hit or something.
Yeah.
But he's been there for like almost 20 years or more. So to keep consistent, he makes like 20 songs a day.
What are you saying?
Like, he doesn't need to make music at all. But we because he'll just text us one day when we're in LA. He'll FaceTime us like, yo, twins, we'll be at like the theme park with like friends. He's like, yo, come right now. I booked 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. We have different artists coming through. Can you guys just come through and record some hooks for me?
And it kind of started with, after we did the Rolling Papers 2 collaboration,
it
would just start with him calling us to his house to just sit there and watch him record.
But also like his son, he looks after his son really well.
Right.
He, tries to promote his son in the best way possible as well.
Right.
And his son's super smart. Sebastian is like a genius at it for his age.
Right.
So he definitely makes sure to bring up his son really well. Also with our mom, he was so nice to our mom. During the India tour we did.
Of course.
So just amazing family.
We don't want to talk about that. That was such a heartwarming story.
So we did the show when Wiz Khalifa did his Sunburn tour in Mumbai and Delhi.
Right.
He brought us to be the opener.
Okay.
Right before he went on.
And then to perform with him on the stage.
Yeah,
but basically our mom, that was 2019, end of 2019. So it was about a year and a half since we already have like met him and been with him in the studio at least 100 times by that point. And then our mom and dad kept hearing about him. And like just kept wondering like, what's he like? What's happening? Tell me what's happening. And then when our mom met him, she pretty much like cried right away. And it was in the VIP tent backstage of the Delhi show. So we walk in and our mom just first words she says to him was, Wiz, you've been a god. You're like a god to my sons. You're a godsend for us and our family. Like no one can ever recreate what you did for our sons. And he, you know, he actually right before he performed on stage, like mid-show,
he requested the staff to.
No, he took a water break and he personally
brought a throne
for our mom to sit on backstage. And said like he called her queen. And like mom, he's like mom, you can watch your sons perform now. And then we performed right there, like after that.
That's fascinating.
It was super cool. And then he just gave us multiple shout outs in front of like 50,000 people. And that feeling is something I've never felt before. Since then and before that, it was probably the craziest thing ever.
Okay, so we were just talking about, you know, performing and there's an interesting Indian artist that you all bumped into. Without naming names, would you all like to say that story to the people watching right now?
So we were at this nightclub in San Francisco and I was just on the dance floor and he was at the bar. And this guy comes, you know, he approaches me. He was a little bit nervous, but just very, very chill. And he's like, "Yo, bro, I love your music. I know who you are. Like, we'd love to work with you. If you can give me your number, I'll just send you music that I make. And we're super nice."
And I wasn't there. I was getting a drink. So it was just this guy and him talking at this point.
You know, we always want to support South Asian artists. So we were like, "Yeah, sure, bro. Just send us whatever music you make. And nice meeting you. What's your name, by the way?" He said, "My name's Tony." So we're like, "Okay."
But then he left, and then I came over. And then I was just being nice. I was like, "Hey, bro, like, how are you? What's your name?" He's like, "Tony, man. Again, I told your brother I'm a huge fan." I was like, "Thank you so much." He's like, "Yeah, I make music too." So at first I thought he was like a SoundCloud artist. It's like the first thing people assume, right? When people says I make music. And we had that a lot happen to us too back in the day. But and then he was like, I was like, "Oh, do you have an artist name?" He's like, "Yeah, Talwinder." I was like, "You're Talwinder?" Yeah, and like obviously I can't reveal what he looks like, but he had no face paint on. And I was like, "Dude, holy shit, the whole world's wondering what you look like." And I'm like a massive fan of you, bro. Like you're popping. And then literally the next day he comes over to our house and we record you the next day.
Our song, we made that in about. We actually wrote the whole thing in 30 minutes.
What are you saying?
We just the producer made the beat right there, and then we wrote and recorded it in 30 minutes. And he said, "I want to redo all my vocals at a later point and send it to you."
But the first takes he did was perfect.
The first take's perfect.
So we just took that.
Like actually, that whole song was just our like rough takes. That we just turned into the actual song.
Oh wow!
We just.
But it sounds crazy
because it sounded good.
Engineer killed it too. So
You know, I found something really interesting that you all mention as a tagline to what you all stand for is that you all are a bridge between Hollywood. You all mentioned that you all are a bridge between Bollywood and Hollywood. I would like to ask you all, you know, having dabbled into both the industries per se, what are the disciplines that you'd like to sort of incorporate into your own music and channelize it from both the industries?
Well, growing up, we listened to like the main artists like Arijit Singh, Atif Aslam, and like Lucky Ali because of all the Hrithik movies.
Of course.
So many like A.R. Rahman songs, like all these singers on this side. Like now Jubin is one of our favorites now.
So we kind of grew up with like already the balance of lots of Bollywood music because our dad's family actually has a lot of Bollywood
history.
With producers.
Like Sudhir, uncle was actor in like 300 movies.
Of course.
So that's my dad's uncle. And then Milan Lutria, the producer, is my dad's cousin. So we never really got in touch much, but yeah, because of that, our dad always showed us Bollywood. And then our mom had us listen to like Sade, and because that was like
and George Michael.
Oh, wow.
So just growing up with this kind of balance kind of allowed us to be a little more comfortable. Or very comfortable when we visited Mumbai. And did
we also played, our parents obviously put us into sports, but they also put us into like every music lesson, like every instrument. So we played like 6 instruments. Oh, wow. My favorite was saxophone. His was like probably drums or guitar.
Wow. But we actually never took vocal lessons. We still have it to this day. Never taken a vocal lesson. But we feel that because of our instrumental background, we were able to learn how to create melodies.
And then I would just like sing in the shower, and then I would sing to school, like the class to class. I would start singing.
Yeah.
Friends would hear me and be like, "Oh, you sound like pretty good. Like you sound like Chris Brown." If I was singing a Chris Brown song or The Weeknd,
but with a slight Indian influence.
Yeah. And then I would just do like in the shower. I'd just do like ragas, like random ragas.
Oh, wow.
Even though we never got trained, I would just do that in the shower.
Yeah.
And then our music is literally the combination of all that kind of sound. So it's just natural.
But back to your question, I think the discipline part is the industries are very different.
Yeah.
Similar in some ways, but I think in India it's also very cutthroat in the US. But here you have to kind of know your way around and be very business savvy. I mean, people are always trying to, like, especially music labels, always want to get the most out of you and things like that.
Rightfully so, you know, it's a business.
Yeah, it's a business. But I mean, I think our just background, our engineering background, our family business background allowed us to, you know, really read the contracts thoroughly.
Right.
Most people don't even read the contracts.
Yeah, like we would sit with our parents for at least like a full week per contract. And maybe like 4 hours a day. Just dissecting every line. Our parents would train us to be like, read this line back to me 10 times. What does it mean to you?
Correct.
So we would tell our parents, like, okay, I think this line means this. They were like, close, but actually it means this. Watch out for this. So really cool how everything we've done, just our whole upbringing has trained us to be like self-sufficient.
And we also never had any real manager or agent.
Yeah.
So actually, when we did the Sony India project,
we just self-managed it.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
our dad actually was there with the CEO of Sony.
Wow.
And he's the one that
He was the one that kind of negotiated the terms.
Okay.
But we were managing the whole thing. Like we were up till 3, 4 a.m. for the Zoom calls and it was tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, long answer. But
No, I mean, I think that's crazy. You know, it is also sort of getting to what I was talking about. How do you get the business mindset into your musical careers? Is that the reason that you all decided to make your own label? Is that one of the reasons that you all were compelled to make your own label?
Right when we started making music,
we kind of already knew I mean, we're not experts, but we kind of understood the ins and outs of what it takes to run a music label.
Right.
Just based on observing how Sony worked.
And the research we did, like when we were in college, we would research. I think that's how we might have gotten discovered somehow, because our name would just kept going in the algorithms of the channels.
Yeah.
And the internal networks, like managers would keep talking about us because we would research the labels, what positions there are, what different labels there are in the world, and just email everyone. We would just find the emails and just send out email blasts. With like our new songs as we release them.
Right.
But yeah, like I think because of our parents also, they trained us so well. From the start of our upbringing. Also, our school in the Bay Area, all the schools are very cutthroat, very academic heavy.
Right.
And if you fall like behind by one day in the Bay Area, growing up, especially like in the South Asian mindset of like, you know, like strict study, that's all you know. No one, because when we grew up, all the parents of our friends, our parents' friends would call our parents and be like, take them out of basketball, what are they doing? Take them out of music, what are they doing? Focus on the math and science. So because of all this rigorous behavior, it was just like an automatic, natural.
But I think everything that we've done, you know, in our upbringing and our entire lives, just led to a point where it actually became very accepted in our community. Everyone went from saying, take your kids out of basketball, music, reality TV show that we did, and then it converted to actually them saying, wow, go to 90 Twins, you guys are killing it. My son wants to be just like you now. So it's really nice to see that.
Wow.
It's very motivating.
Wow. From being rebellions to becoming an example. That's really cool, man. You all just mentioned the show that you all did, Twin Love.
Twin Love, yeah.
Have you all both fallen for the same girl ever? Like, has that ever happened?
I mean, in real life, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, like.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say fallen for, but you know, the initial kind of like
it's kind of like
interest.
we have to discuss it at first.
Right.
If we do like the same woman, it's like it doesn't really happen much anymore.
Yeah.
But maybe like suppose the last example was probably a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And we probably had to discuss.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think she's more like me, and like she has these qualities, and like I have these qualities, so I think I'll be a better fit.
Right.
So you move on.
Yeah.
And I'll take it from here.
It was never.
I take it from here.
It was never really a fight or argument. It was a pretty. Every time we kind of argue, it's pretty calm usually. Sometimes you can get a little, you know, like brothers always will fight, but I think it always results in the best outcome.
Better, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, from working with Wiz Khalifa, an international superstar, to working with Emiway, Ikka, Talwinder, the Kakkar sisters as well. What is it about these people that we as or the budding musicians can learn? Like, what are these qualities that these people have that really appeal to you all?
So all the artists that we've actually chosen to work with, there could have
Yeah.
been many more, but these specific ones you mentioned and more, they're all like very humble. Like I
Right.
would say the most humble artist we have met in India has been Ika.
Ika.
Ika,
He's
okay.
the best
And
guy.
and Anyway,
Yeah.
and Badsha.
Yeah.
So these three Kakkar sisters, I mean everyone's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think Ika's like super, and we've also had the most time with him.
Yeah.
We've gone on like trips with him. We
Yeah.
did body language in Goa. That was like a vacation / video shoot. So
I'll just go on a tangent on that quick story. With Ika,
Yeah.
we walked into the Universal Music India office
just for a regular meeting.
just for a normal
Yeah.
meeting, and
Yeah.
Ika was just there. He walked out of the studio room as we were about to go down the elevator.
He just stops us and he literally touches
He
our feet.
touches, like, our
I'm like,
feet.
dude, what are you doing? And then he touches our dad's feet. He's like, sir, like you've raised like two legends. And we're like, we didn't know. Who are you?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, like I'm Ika. I'm working on my first song. Actually, do you guys want to be on it? Do you guys want to come to the after your interview or your meeting with Universal?
Yeah.
Do you want to just pop in the studio and
Yeah.
record with me? We're like, sure.
Yeah.
And then we were there for like the next 5-6 hours. And he was like, this is my debut single.
Right.
And this is the most money that's going to be put behind me as a solo artist for the
Yeah.
first time.
Right.
But I want you guys to be the main feature on my song.
Wow.
And I was like, that's crazy. Like, that's amazing. And he was like, just because he heard the Wiz song of ours all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like the day before that.
Yeah.
So it was crazy how it worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, such a humble guy, so respectful.
Right.
Amazing guy. But I think it's just amazing to see that because he's seen so much success now.
Absolutely.
And he's still the same humble guy.
Right.
So we met him back in 2019, early 2019, or end of 2018 actually.
Yeah.
But it's like 6-7 years later.
Yeah.
Still the same Ika.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that was just before his debut album called
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask you all, you just mentioned collabs. You all have
One of my most favorite unreleased songs would be the one with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of, I think if and when it ever comes out, it would be.
It would
top
easily be a
10
number one hit.
number
Like
one hit,
it's
yeah.
R&B song. She actually raps 2 verses.
Yeah.
And she sings on it
She sings
too.
a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's ever heard her like sing like R&B singing on a song.
Right.
So I think that's just like a hit in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just
You all just mentioned R&B sound, and you all have a very distinct sound with everything you all are doing. You all have had a very diverse body of work.
Yeah.
But what kind of sounds do you want to dabble into moving forward?
We're actually
Well-
going more into a lot of the dance space, house dance, tropical vibes.
we've already done like I think we were one of the first artists. Probably not the first, but one of the first like few to do R&B drill.
Okay.
Like
Oh, wow,
our
that's
song
crazy.
You with Talwinder is R&B drill.
Right.
But our first one was probably recorded with Sledren of Taylor
Yeah.
Gang.
Yeah.
Called Ash Ketchum.
Yeah.
And we dropped that in 2019.
Yeah.
But that was recorded back in 2018. I love the drill beat, like
Yeah.
with Pop Smoke, R.I.P. But right when I heard his music,
Yeah.
I just was like, what if we just combine our singing
Yeah.
on this beat?
Yeah.
So we would always like look for opportunities like that. We would also do like, I hear an EDM beat. What if we do our singing on the EDM beat or like
Yeah.
a house beat?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of that coming. We already have some of those released.
Yeah.
But a lot more like
Actually, our next song is called Desire. It's like a
Yeah.
dance club,
EDM house.
EDM house.
Oh, wow.
beat. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're pretty versatile. Like we love like putting the singing
Yeah.
on any type of beat.
and
so.
because we're not signed to a label, we can just do whatever we want.
Oh, yeah.
So-
You all are autonomous.
Yeah, the next one is a dance house beat, and the one after that is a very slow
R&B song.
R&B song. I think it's probably our best actual slow R&B song.
Okay, is that Night Call?
Yeah, Night
Oh,
Calls, yeah,
okay,
Night Calls,
okay.
Night
Yeah,
Calls,
Night
yeah.
Calls, okay.
Yeah.
So, waiting for that. Yes. Well, I just want to ask you all my last question. By the way, it's been a pleasure talking to the both of you all.
You too, yeah.
Big ups, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Big ups. My last question to you all is, what is it that the fans of the Moonlight can look forward to in the future? And what is the kind of impact that you all want to create with the music that you all are putting out? And all the other wonderful things that you all are doing?
Yeah, I think that I would say, because we do a lot of studying in the industry, I would say that we're probably the most versatile artists out there.
Right.
Because we're not only artists, we're also entrepreneurs.
Right.
We did achieve the top 10 entrepreneurs. We got like 5th place
Oh, 2024.
of 2024, top
Yeah.
10 entrepreneurs of the year.
Yeah.
Because we've achieved the platinum plaques, we've achieved the like $500 million in real estate sales. So what's to come is more real estate sales. We're hiring agents under our team.
Yeah.
So we're expanding the business our parents have created for the past 40 years.
Yeah.
We're expanding that, we want to build like a team of like 50 agents.
Right.
So we can just run.
Our group is called Chandani Group.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to expand that into other brands as well, drink brands.
And a lot of our clients in real estate are like the top tech CEOs and founders, mostly South Asian.
Yeah.
So that's one zone, right? And we want to like take what we have now and be kind of the biggest entrepreneurs, kind of the biggest twins to do everything in history. That's our goal. Because we don't feel right within ourselves unless that goal is achieved.
Right.
So again, like whatever we've done, people might see like, oh, you lived like 9 lives already.
Yeah.
And you know, like
But-
back in the Bay Area, like every time we're out in SF, people are like, oh, bro, like you made it.
Yeah.
And you know, someone that maybe doesn't have the discipline might let that get to their head, but to us, we just kind of use that as like a motivation. Saying,
Yeah.
Like we've
"Actually,
only achieved
we
like
haven't
10,
made it."
20% of what we want to achieve.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing is like doing this for ourselves also,
Right.
but also proving to the world that like South Asians can do it all.
Yeah.
Because, you know, again, South Asians are more strict on the academics, which is great. But I think that the way we were raised was a balance because
Right.
we got trained in all instruments, all the sports, all the subjects of, you know, math and science and
And
academics.
we kind of had the freedom that most South Asian kids don't have to explore things that we actually.
And also, if we
passionate
didn't feel like we had the freedom, we motivated ourselves as twins. And our parents always said, like, you guys are twins, never separate. You guys are the superpower together.
Yeah.
So I think we want to show like the youth of the South Asian community across the world, but also in the U.S. Diaspora that like, you know, just feel free to pursue your passions, but also, you know, keep the basic,
Keep that good balance
the foundation
of family,
of
academics. Just, your foundation
Yeah.
should be strong, and everything will fall in place.
As long as your family's happy, because the second an Indian kid, or I mean anyone in any ethnicity, but mainly South Asian, because South Asian families are so tight knit.
Yeah.
The second a South Asian kid kind of channels away from their family, everything kind of just breaks apart.
Right.
I think if the family sticks together, if the kids are brought up well, if the kid is just has a positive mindset, which you want to like show them that they can embody, then I think the whole South Asian youth can be powerful in the future. And it's already we're seeing it now.
Yeah.
But we just want to see it like everyone to be powerful, you know, all the South Asian kids.
That's a wonderful thought. I really appreciate your strong family values, and thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
I really hope the brotherhood is alive and you all achieve all the remaining 90% or 80% that you all vouch to achieve.
Yes.
And thank you so much for your time. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Please go and check out all the wonderful music that the Moonlight is making. I mean, 170 million plus streams, but I mean, you all can do 1 billion. Here's to 1 billion streams. Thank you so much, folks, and best of luck for everything in the future. And can't wait to have you back in the studios again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
94.3 Radio 1.